Light snowfall approaching eastern Oklahoma at this hour with some light snow flurries in Hominy on into western portions of Washington County back towards Stillwater. Let's head out to where some of the snow is actually reaching the ground. This is where Mike Scanlon is at, north of Morrison, Oklahoma, west of Pawnee. And Mike, looks like the roadway's relatively wet at this hour. It does look like finally some light accumulations on the side roads there.
Yeah, Mike, you can see earlier at the top of the hour, we were actually west of 177 heading west, and there was a little bit of buildup, at least an inch, on the roadways even. And now that I'm east of 77, you can see how fine the line is between accumulation and just wet pavement. So, some people are going to see snow, some people aren't, and you can see just how fine of a line it is between those two, Mike.
Yeah, have you run into any accidents at all?
I have not. The roads are very slick. Where the snow is actually sticking, it's very slushy and slick. But, once you go 2 miles east of 77, it's smooth sailing.
Right. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Mike. I know you'll keep an eye on it. We'll have another update tonight at 6. But, this is going to be the trend. You get underneath one of these heavier little snow bands, and it might lay down a little bit of a accumulation. And we do have a band from Perry down towards Kearney that's moving to the northeast towards Cushing, Yale. Could move into the metro region by about 7 to 8 o'clock. We'll have to wait and see how the temperatures pan out during that time as well, as we're still above freezing. But once that precip falls, we call that evaporational cooling. So the precip falls, it evaporates and it cools the air around it. So as a result, the temperature will drop closer to the dew point. That means we're going to get close to freezing as this precip shield moves through the area. But then again, it will be very light, so really this is not that big of a deal. However, if you get underneath one of those heavier bands, you could see some very light accumulations and some slick spots on bridges and overpasses and maybe some side roads as we head through the evening hours. So we'll be watching that very closely. You can see future track snowfall just showing very minimal in the way of accumulations across the area, as this is a minor event. You want to talk about major event? Well, one of our computer models next week is really talking about the potential for a big storm system. This is 1 week from today. We'll see a cold front enter the picture. We're going to be in the 50s, 60s on Tuesday, but then the temperatures fall, and by the middle of next week, we could see a big winter storm across the region. And I want to emphasize this is still 7 days away, but I think it's interesting enough to show you because this is a potent system, and we haven't had one in a while. And when you have cold air coming in, storm system nearby, could wreak a winter mess for our area in 1 week. So you have plenty of time to prepare for that. But one thing's for certain, it looks a lot colder behind that system. It doesn't look to stick around for like 2 weeks like it did last year, as this should be in and it should be out with another big warm up the following weekend. But next week is what we're watching by the middle of next week, big storm system. Meanwhile, temperature trend, you can see that wild ride again. Tomorrow back in the upper 40s, same for Friday. Warmer on Saturday with a high near 60. Saturday looks really nice across the region. Weak front enters the area on Sunday and drops us down to 59. Not a big deal, still very pleasant. Outside right now on Wade's RV Weather Camera Network, cloudy skies, some snow flurries trying to get closer to the metro region, but the air's so dry, it's going to take a while for our atmosphere to become saturated and that snow to actually reach the ground. But if you're going outside this evening, it will be cold. The temperature's around the freezing mark. 47 on your Friday, 60 on Saturday with breezy south winds, northeast winds on Sunday. Back to 60s Monday and Tuesday, and then a wild ride for the middle of next week with the potential for a winter storm.